What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is ZacNovak and this is ZacNovak Plays Games. In today's video, well, we've got patch 1.1.4. It has dropped. It is live. Holy hype. I am freaking excited. So far, I am really enjoying it. The Dawnblade Warlock is superbly amazing. Maybe they could bring the Titan up just a slight smidge more, only for the fact of it feels, not to say slow, but more, I guess, you have to anticipate what you're going to do more so as a Warlock than you do as a Titan. Kind of a Titan, you can fly around and control things fairly well. As a Warlock, as a Dawnblade Warlock, especially in PvP, it is slightly tricky and slightly difficult. I will go on some of the details now a little bit down in the video, but at the moment I do want to quickly just go over some of the detailed things that I have kind of noticed. This is just like a brief kind of rundown of stuff that I am really excited about. This isn't really to say this is everything. I'll do a video a little bit later that'll actually be everything, but I am a little bit late to go to the doctors, so yeah, I'm gonna get this video out as quickly as possible, and hopefully this kind of does get to you guys and you'll see it and stuff like that. But anyway, hopefully you guys are actually enjoying patch 1.1.4. It is seriously awesome. Alright, so let's go over the strike details that we do have so far. Now, Nightfall strikes have unique rewards. Pretty freaking awesome. They need to bring that to all strikes, maybe just heroics actually, because that'd be cool as well. They have possible rewards including legendary weapons and exotic accessories. Now I'll go over the details of those exotic accessories and things like that a little bit later, probably in a video a little bit later. I will just briefly say the exotics aren't really that exotic because they're just ships, sparrows and ghosts. It's kind of cool, but not really too interesting. Drop rates increased in likelihood based on score thresholds. Now strike replication also has a reduction. Players will no longer see the same strikes back to back in the same strike playlist. The challenge card. They increased the power handicap maximum from 40 to 45, which is kinda cool. They also fixed an issue where the tree of probabilities wouldn't end immediately after Valus Thaun's death if he was killed very quickly. I will also state in tree of probabilities there is a few spots that you can kind of fall out of the map. Anyway, it's bugs and stuff. They're always going to be available and stuff like that in the game, but they're always going to be trying to fix them. They also did state they fixed an issue where players could respawn below the boss fight of a garden world, which definitely was not too fun. They fixed an issue where vehicles were not rewarding points when destroyed, and they also fixed an issue when orbs granted points in public areas. So that's pretty cool. They also went over and actually, reduced the exotic repetitions. So there is that massive exotic repetition reduction that is actually available. It is the protections were put in place that prevents back-to-back duplicate exotics from exotic engrams. You can, however, get them from luminous engrams and stuff like that back-to-back, but that's a different story. They also state there is a fixed an issue where some emblems were not displaying what statistics they track, which kind of sucks, especially if they're supposed to be like crucial ones and stuff like that. They did state that Prometheus Lens now correctly appears in the exotic weapon collections for players who acquire the item from Zor without owning Curse of Osiris. They also reduced the interaction time for patrol beacons and activity totems from 3 seconds to 1 second, which I have noticed even though it is supposed to be reduced. I was doing a few of them earlier, a couple of patrols, and it did take more than 1 second, so that might have just been lag or server issue. But anyway, they also fixed an issue where applying or previewing a shader on an item would return players to the top page of the shader inventory. Finally, that has been fixed. I am really happy about that because that has been something that's been affecting me for a long time. And I will go into details about the rest of this stuff in a later video, but just to run down what is available for the Warlock and how it has been changed. The Glide. Overall, the initial extension of vertical speed gained from activating Glide to allow for quick on-demand bursts of speed. So, in other words, when you jump and press A, or when you jump and press X, and you're actually dashing forward with like a little bit of momentum, your character will get double that momentum and it seems a little bit quicker. I myself definitely do like it. They did actually change up the strafe glide. They increased the top speed of strafe glide. They also greatly increased the horizontal acceleration of strafe glide to allow for more in-air maneuverability, which in itself I will say there is a slight bit more, not too much than what was available before, but they also increased strafe glide's height to match the other vertical movements, which I think is pretty perfect. Burst glide, they could have changed a few things up other than, you know, just greatly increasing the top speed of burst glide higher than the strafe glide's top speed. Yeah, it's cool to be fast, but burst glide, I initially kind of had the whole thing of, yeah, burst glide was going to have, you know, a hit of burst speed from the start, but then, you know, continue with that actual momentum, not just kind of fall off if you're still gliding to the floor. So when your Warlock will run and jump, if you can actually, you know, get your Warlock hops going, you'll have a good speed. However, if you are actually jumping and hovering and, you know, trying to fly in midair, your Warlock won't be as fast. Still, again, I will say it is really awesome and it's fun to actually play Warlock again. I will say I've always loved Warlock, but over the last few months it's just kind of gotten a little bit slow and stale. Now it's just, it's in a perfect spot. I really like it. The balance glide. They recalibrated balance glide to gain some of the additional speed of burst glide and some of the added horizontal acceleration of strafe glide. The designer note, they did state their intent is for the balance glide to have some of the properties of both burst and strafe glide without being as potent as either version. So it's kind of have like a watered down version of both. It is actually kind of fun and very good to use when you're in Crucible. I will say balance glide has probably been my favorite choice so far in PvP. In PvE, it has definitely been burst glide. Strafe glide just, you know, it's up there, but I don't know, I like that little bit more speed for some reason. Anyway, Dawnblade, this is where the big speed comes in. Decreased the cost of throwing sword projectiles with the Daybreak Super, allowing for one additional throw, which that in itself, I will say is really freaking cool. I mean, yes, it is only one extra throw, but if you aren't actually even using that throw, it means you can stay in your Dawnblade for slightly extra longer than other people. It's like 3 seconds more, so you're pretty kind of, you know, a tank for that little bit. They do also state they increase the super duration extension gained from the Everlasting Flames perk. It is now granted greater of 20%, which is pretty cool. The buff granted by Swift Strike melee ability now removes all in-air accuracy penalties while active, which that is really crazy. When you can actually get down this actual kind of melee attack, when you're doing stuff, say like 4v4 in Crucible, you are kind of like a god in certain situations. I will say this in itself was a very big change to Warlocks. I really like it. Check it out if you guys haven't actually checked out the Swift Strike melee ability. It is awesome. They do also state they decreased the Icarus dash cooldown from 10 seconds to 6 seconds, which is honestly a lot more fun because now you can hop a lot more quicker and it's cool. They also increased the grenade and melee energy the Heat Rises gives you per kill from 10% to 16%. They also fixed an issue where players could throw infinite numbers of Nova Bombs in Mayhem, which, yeah, good to know that's actually fixed, and I'm really happy about that. So, this video in itself was supposed to be pretty short, but it is probably going to turn out to be about 10 minutes or something. But anyway, this has been ZacNovak. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Are you guys hype about this actual update? I'm going to, you know, do a video a bit later where I go down and run down everything and just babble about that. But yeah, I have to get to the doctors. I have to get something for this throat, get a blood test and a few other things. Because, yeah, life is weird sometimes. But anyway, this has been ZacNovak. If you guys have enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, leave a comment, do all that good stuff, and I'll be Sharon like Curran over here. He was at Sharon. But until next time, this is ZacNovak, signing off. Peace out.